Okay, seeing the spooky season is upon us, let's do a cool sort of Halloweeny eyeball tracking thing. And to do so, what I'm going to do, and what you'll need to do, is make 3 images. So I've just used AI to generate these, you can definitely tell. I've got the person with their eyes shut. That part's optional, look better with it. I've got the person with the eyeballs cut out. And very crudely, I've just got some eyes. It's saved as a PNG with a mask. So, eyes closed, and eyes cut out. And I've imported these into Unreal. So what I'm just going to do is create material for all of them and ensure that the are set to masks. So this one, for example, is a mask type material because it's the cutout. So why are you into opacity mask? Cool, we'll save you. We don't need to for the eyes closed because that'll be just fine by itself, but we will need to do the same for the eyes. So I'm just going to switch those to be masked as well. And let's go ahead and hit save. So next, what we're going to want to do is create a blueprint class. So it's just going to be a type actor, which we'll call, like, I don't know, portrait effect underscore BP or BP underscore portrait effect. So, you know, again, words to that nature. So inside here, we're going to want we're probably going to want 2 planes actually. So I'm just going to start by creating 1 plane, and let's rotate it so it is facing us. And you know what? Let's scale it up a touch. Ooh, where's my bar all the way out here? I don't know. 4. And this one is going to be our outline. Where's outline? Outline is here. Outline, go. We can't just drag it on like that. So outline is going to want to be there. And I pressed E for rotation. I'm going to want to duplicate that, and this one's going to be the eyes. So let's drag the eyes into this one. Cool, looking particularly freaky. Let's take eyes and just push them back 1. Like that. Cool. Freaky eyes. Got them freaky eyes. Alright, let's make sure this top layer isn't casting shadows, because you can see it's casting a shadow around there. Shadow, cast shadow, where am I looking? There we go. Untick that. Alright, looking a bit better now. In fact, let's just name these, let's be organised. Let's actually just rename this one to top layer, I guess. And actually, instead of using that one, I'm going to use the eyes closed material. Cool. So by default, we want the eyes to be closed. And in fact, no, we'll come back. We'll do that step in a minute. Let's just get the base effect set up. So put the eyeballs back open. Inside your event graph, we're going to want to reference the player. So I'm just going to do this once. Let's cast to, I'm using the 3rd person character template. So I'm just going to cast my 3rd person character. You cast to whatever character you're called. And let's get the pawn, get the player pawn. This we'll want to promote to a variable because we're going to be casting to it as a lot. And that'll do. Now, I'm going to do this on a tick. Obviously, you can optimize this as much as you want. But from our tick, what we're going to want to do is we're going to reference to our player. And we're going to want to know its world location. Get world location for the capsule component. Cool. And we're also going to want the eyes. Just move you over here a bit. Let's give ourselves a bit of space. And we're also going to want to know that's world location. Get world location. Now we've got both of these locations. Let's do a minus, subtract u by u. we're also going to want the find the look at rotation. Find look at rotation, and that is going to be attached here like so. Now we don't want to affect all the axes, we only really want to affect 2 of them, so I'm just going to right click it and split it, and at which point we're going to get our top layer, and we are going to want to get the relative location. Again, we're going to split this because we don't need all of them. We're actually going to affect so the actual sort of like rotation of it. We only want it to look up and look down. And let's also set its relative location. Set relative location. Now, I typically always get this wrong, so it might take a little bit of messing with. But what is it we want to do? So I believe the Z is going to be rotating. That rotates sideways the way we don't want it to, and the Y's were going to be the Y, and I think it's the yaw that'll go into there. Let's just test it. At this point it's definitely worth sort of testing it, and let's get our portrait effect. Let's put it in front of the player. Let's rotate it so we can actually see it. Move you over here, move you there, and let's press play. Cool, so the eyeballs you can see is sort of in the wrong place over there. So let's just throw a minus off. Again, depending on sort of the would it be a positive because it's left? I don't know. Let's find out. Your number here is going to differ from mine, so I'm just going to type in 100 and YU over there, and let's have a quick look-see. Okay, the 100 is going in the wrong direction. So let's say, I don't know, minus 100. So we just sort of want to play with that number until the eyes are sort of nearly there. Let's try minus, I don't know, 160. Ooh, getting closer. Maybe 140, 150. Minus 150. Maybe 140. Again, you're just going to have to sort of tweak this number until your eyes are sort of in the correct starting location. There we go. That'll do. And as you can see right now, the eyes, especially if I hit F11, the eyes are tracking as we move left and right. So the thing is actually watching us. And if we jump, will it look up and down? Jump. Yeah, it is looking up and down. Look at that. I don't have a crouch input to this. But you can also see if we sort of walk off, the eyes go too far. Alright, the eyes are going too far. So let's quickly stick a clamp on this. And again, I'm not going to know what number's going to be best off the top of my head. So let's just throw a print string into here and see what we're currently working with. So we don't want it to sort of go past, what about there, which is 13. And what's the lowest? -3. Maybe -4. So let's say between -3 and 13. We'll say 3 and 13. So let's get a clamp our float between, what did I say? I think I said -3 and 13. We don't need you anymore, we don't need you anymore. Let's rewire you back into there and make sure now that the eyeballs are going to go past. Cool, so those eyeballs are locking into place there, and they're sort of locking into place there. In fact, I think 30 is probably too high. And you can sort of tell I kind of cut too much of the eye off. Made it possibly a bit too dark. You can tweak that. That's just a case of improving your actual sort of image. I kind of drew the eyeballs fast and quickly for the sake of this demonstration. But the effect itself is actually working. Now it looks a bit sort of naff from distance, so let's give it a little bit more of a spark, shall we? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change this top layer to be our closed eyes version. And when we get within range, so let's get a quick box collision. And what we're going to do is when we get close to this, again, so loosely, you can tweak this as you desire. When we get close to this, I'm going to do a begin overlap, and I'm just going to go back to the viewport, get my box again, and I'm going to do an end overlap. Alright, so when we begin overlap, let's cast to our third person character, and if we begin overlap, then let's switch the top layer. So top layer, set material on this, and you know what, we're also going to want to duplicate you and put you down here for when we exit. So when we get there, we want to switch to the eyes open material, which is this one, drag you there, and when we leave, we want to switch to the eyes closed. And for the sake of optimization as well, it's probably worth putting a branch here with a condition that we turn off and on, just so that way the tick's not always running. And let's see how it looks. So if we get close to it, we want the eyeballs to open, freaky, and then it goes away and the eyes close. I think I might need to get down to 135 if I'm honest. I think it's just a touch off. Let's try minus like 135 just to really sell it. And I think I might touch up the actual picture as well, because the picture's not brilliant, the eyeball outline. So if we get close to it, freaky, and then we walk off. Freaky pictures watching us as we walk around. Look at that. And when we get away, it closes. I tell you what, I'm quite happy with that. I think that right there is cool. Look at that. Awesome. Alright. Enjoy your haunted, horrible house picture. Thanks for watching.